told with pure intention. Every voice gets full attention. Building trust without contention. Stronger through our connection. From La Videa to the diaspora. No gimmicks, just real data. Transparency is our mantra. Shining bright like an aurora. We are the voice you can believe in. Through the airwaves we keep giving. Day and night.
Again, I'm your host. My name is Derek Yale, and let's get started.
In our community, we help each other. But when it comes to prescription pain medication, such as opioids, sharing isn't helping, it's harming. What works for you could be dangerous, even deadly for somebody else. Don't share your opioids. Instead, help by guiding your family, friends, and neighbors to a doctor. Real help saves lives. This message is brought to you by the Multicultural Community Family Services in partnership with LRTN.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the technical difficulty. But again, this is the Liberia Radio and Television Network, and we are opinion-based. The horizon tonight, the Liberia Radio and Television Network, I apologize. The Liberia Radio and Television Network is a local media institution right here in Northeast Philadelphia, where we do this podcast from, and also we have our office open in Liberia for business. So check us out on Facebook at LRTN Live, and also on YouTube at the Liberia Radio and Television Network. And you can find us on Instagram on LRTN_215. The Liberia Radio and Television Network is proud to present another episode of The Hard Zone. If this is your first time here, The Hard Zone is a local media institution. It's an opinion-based talk show where we feature a team of panelists from different political institutions, different political persuasions. And here on The Hard Zone, we talk about issues from educational, informative issues to social economics issues in Liberia and the diaspora. And today we will focus our attention specifically on Liberia. If you're not aware, the president this week launched the local government ministry in Liberia. And at the launching ceremony, President Joseph Yema Boakai made a very interesting statement. We will have our panelists on to discuss what the president meant when he said they don't live here, and also giving an example of a dog, and it's been created a lot of controversy in Liberia and in diaspora. So we'll have our panelists here to give you their take on it. And also, the president left Liberia yesterday for a visit at the Peace Award program here in the United States, and just focusing on the House of Representatives. We've seen a lot of lawmaker has been distancing himself from the expulsion of District 10 Representative Yeke Koluba. So we have this conversation stored, and we will introduce our panelists. But for now, make sure you're following us on Facebook. Make sure you are engaged in the program. Again, I'll be playing moderator and host here tonight. Welcome back to the Hot Zone. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Hard Zone. This is episode 9 of season 8. And guys, as I introduced to you, let's talk about Liberia. As we know, the president of Liberia he left Liberia yesterday for the Peace Award ceremony here in the United States. And very interestingly, this week he launched the local government ministry in Liberia. And he had a moment at that launching ceremony, and he made a statement where it can be assumed he was talking to diaspora Liberia, and also made an example referring those of his critics as dogs. And we will look into the Yeke Koluba situation, as we've seen other lawmakers are not distancing themselves from that expulsion. We know Senator Dillon, they slammed the expulsion of Yeke Koluba as illegal. And we have a lot to discuss today, but let's now invite our guests for this episode, and we can get right into our discussion for the night. We have a familiar face, Mr. Dan Kapeye. It'll help me say this middle name. I keep struggling with it. Dennis, Mr. Dennis, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you very much. And we'll have a debut, Mr. George Tutu, who will be making his debut today on the Hard Zone. Welcome, Mr. Tutu. You're muted.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Thank you for the warm welcome. Like you already said, that we have to make our input on the show. This is our first edition to be on the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here. And guys, if you're watching us, we are streaming this live on YouTube. So make sure you're following Liberia Radio and Television Network on YouTube. And also, we will be having this on Instagram. Make sure you follow the page, our Instagram page. That is LRTN_215 on Instagram. Then this will also be available on Facebook for those of you on Facebook at LRTN Live. So make sure you're following us. Make sure you engage this program, and make sure you asking questions if you need to ask. We have a panelists here, and other panelists will be joining us as the show progresses. Guys, I introduced this conversation. I know President Boakai has been in the news this week, especially, and we've been following the situation surrounding Yeke Koluba, his expulsion from the House of Representatives, We see they had for the non-voters to remove him, but some lawmakers have been calling his expulsion illegal. And we know Senator Dillon came out today in a slant that expulsion. We will get into that. Mr. Dennis, I would look forward to start with the president of Liberia. His statement yesterday. Let me introduce this video. Let me have my producer play this video, and then we can talk about the president's statement. So let's watch this video, and Mr. Dennis, I will come back to you. Let's dissect what the president.
We hear a lot of criticism from people, but don't mind them. They don't live here. We live here. We know what we want for our people. When you are walking a long distance and you have a lot of dogs barking at you, if you stop to throw rocks at each dog, you will not reach.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Dan Dennis. There's a lot of things to unpack in that video. But let's start with, let me ask you, give us your opinion on that video.
My opinion on the video is that the president was speaking to the issue, speaking the fact. And the fact means that you don't live there. Probably you once served, and after serving, you got on your feet, you started traveling, you living good life. So you probably don't know what is actually unfolding on the ground now versus before. So if you don't live there, don't pick the mouth of people who live there negatively. So seek the best, speak to the truth, to what you heard or what is actually unfolding. So don't speak of what is not happening. So if you don't live there, then stay out of it. But don't be a prompter. Don't prompt people to move in the wrong direction. That's my take.
The president was speaking about. So let me bring this question to Mr. Tutu. First, let's start.
So my thoughts. Okay, go there.
No. I wanna ask you a question on that video, but I want to get the ball rolling with Mr. Tutu first. We're gonna talk about this video live because the president. There are a lot of things to unpack about this video, so I am coming to you. I'm not.
You don't live there. Stay. You don't live there. Stay out of it.
Let's Mr. Tutu. The president said they don't live here and don't mind them. But Mr. Tutu, let's first get your overall position on that video we just watched. Let's talk about that first.
Yeah, Jerry. First of all, before I make a statement on that video, let me just for the audience to know who am I, for the school.
Yes, thank you. Please go ahead.
For the school of thought that I come from. I come from the progressive background, and for the LPP political party, and I do support the president. I campaign for him, for his leadership, and I support the government.
So you do support the government and you campaign for President Baga, just to be clear for all this. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So we should take that into consideration when you opining on the president's statement. Is that right? So thank you. Go ahead.
So if you look at the statement the president made, if you look at the perspective, the background from which the president was speaking, if you look at Liberia political structure and problem in Liberia, most of the time, people that create tension, people that cause disturbances, they are people from abroad. Who grew up in Liberia and we saw how the political structure changes in Liberia, only because certain group of people sit abroad for carry based information to steer the country. And we see it currently. People sit on social media now, where it's a common tool that people sit and discuss issues about Liberia. And they say a whole lot of negative about the country. There are a lot of negative stigma that are being attached to the country in recent time for people on social media. And I believe they were saying that they don't live here. And they're trying to cause some disturbance among us. So we should focus on them. Carry on and do the people work.
But let's not overcomplicate this thing. The president wasn't speaking about. You can agree with me. The president wasn't speaking about the issue you just mentioned. The president was speaking about his critics, people that are criticizing him. And Mr. Tutu, again, I will ask you this question. You can agree that when the president said they, he was referring to diaspora Liberian. Would you agree with me on that?
Oh, that was diaspora Liberia created of the president.
No, that's not the question I'm asking you. I'm asking you, when the president said they don't live here, he was referring to diaspora Liberia. Yes or no?
The president was referring to diaspora Liberia.
Thank you. That's what I need to say. And then when he said,
listen,
go ahead.
The president referred to diaspora Liberia that use the airway to cause.
Let's not try to specify what.
Not all diaspora Liberian.
They have positive diaspora Liberia. They have negative diaspora Liberia.
So now you're speaking for the president, because the president did not say they that criticize his government and they that are spreading negative. The president had the power. He had the stance to literally differentiate what diaspora Liberian he was referring to, but he did not do that. The president said
it's left with us now to dissect that. It's left with us now to dissect that.
I understand.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
I will come to you, Mister. I will come to you, Dennis. We can agree that the president. First of all, you said the president referring to diaspora Liberian. From the clip we just watched, the president did not differentiate. You are differentiating. Mr. Dennis differentiating. We understand the goal here. You say we should take into consideration that you do support this government and you did campaign for them. So we get that you are trying to differentiate or try to fix the president word so that it can come off as good. But the president did not differentiate. He said they, diaspora Liberian. And we can also agree when the president said, don't mind them, he was referring to Liberian to not let me just ask the question.
The president said you don't live here. Why would you just allude to diaspora Liberian?
Mr. Tutu, you literally just admit to that. But let's develop this conversation. Let me come back to you, Mr. Dennis. The president referring to diaspora Liberian, urging Liberians to not mind them. What does that say about the president's position on including people? Because I'm sure you are at the Liberian diaspora annual conference when the president talked about including Liberian, or he spoke about inclusivity, where he talked about diaspora Liberian and Liberian bridging that gap. The president making that statement. What do you think about it, Mr. Dennis?
I think the statement the president made, it is also inclusive, because he did specifically or selectively name call individuals that people should not listen to. And the president said they don't live here.
So don't mind them.
Don't mind them. They don't live here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't live here, so they're not experiencing what we who are on the ground experiencing. So listen to us. And we're not going to listen to them because they are distractors. They are distracting us from doing what we're supposed to do, what we were elected to do. You see, they were elected to meet the needs of the people, right? And I think they're doing their best to that. So if you are distracted, you are outside and focusing on social media all day, and all you want to see is negativity, then we're not going to mind you. So don't mind them. Stay focused. I think that's the president's message is.
So how do you feel about the president? Because you're part of diaspora Liberian. The president is urging diaspora Liberian to not mind what Mr. Denny has to say about what the president or the government is doing in Liberia. How does that make you feel?
If the president is doing something positive, right? I support the president. If the president is not doing the job of the people, I'll let the president know. You see that? That's how you do it. Constructive criticism, but not to cause chaos in the country. No, those are the people that we should not listen to them. If your criticism is constructive, we listen to you. But if it is not, if it's going to cause chaos in the country, for people to be afraid, to scare people from going back to Liberia because you think things will happen or things not going the way, your way. And Derek, one thing that we Liberians, the politicians from diaspora or from in Liberia back home, would be very, 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 very careful with is that politics, you don't have to be in office If you don't have to be your political party to be in office, right? The leading party, but you need to be very objective in making decisions, making statements. All right, everything you see should not be destructive. There's some progress being made. Recognize that. Make recommendation. What bill other countries is recommendation? Criticize and recommend. So yes, I agree with the president. We will not listen to them because they don't live here.
But when you say we, who are you referring to? Because you're diaspora Liberian, and the president say they shouldn't listen to diaspora Liberian. I think the president was saying Liberians should not listen to you, or should not listen to Mr. Boda or Mr. Tutu.
If I'm saying something that is not constructive, they should listen to me. But if I'm coming up with plans,
no, the president did not say most of what you were saying. We just watched the video.
That's why I make the president make an inclusive statement. That is an inclusive statement.
That statement was inclusive. When the president said, "Don't listen to them," referring to diaspora Liberian, that's what you were calling inclusive.
It's inclusive. So it's not upon it. It's not it's not saying, "Oh, don't listen to Dan Dennis. Don't listen to Derek." No, don't listen to them because they don't live here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tutu. Mr. Tutu, before you ask that question, let's recognize Mr. Martin Boda here today. We're here. I can assure you we will hear different variations of what the president meant, even though we can watch that video 1,000 times. But we got to leave it there. Mr. Martin Boda, welcome to the show. And now I will come right back to you, Mr. Tutu.
Thank you, Derek, for having me. Thank you. I want to say thanks to the good afternoon, good evening to my fellow panelists. And who's that, Brother Toto?
Yeah.
How you doing, my brother? How you doing, man? Dennis, Brother Dennis, how are you? Wow,
Hey,
long time,
brother,
man.
How are you?
You're good. We'll see you guys. I'm glad to be back and happy to be with you guys. Thank you.
You too, man. You too.
Thank you very much. Now let's hear from you, Mr. Tutu.
So Derek, I'll try to inject and also ask you this critical question. There was a group of people from the diaspora that left from here and they leased what destroyed Liberia today. And you are aware of it. So are you going to sit and say that all the diaspora Liberians are contributed to the crisis in Liberia?
Are you asking me that question?
Yeah.
Well, I would not say every diaspora Liberian contributed to what you're referring to, but then I will also say that got nothing to do with what the president was saying.
Yeah, that's what the president
what the president was saying.
But you shape what the blame on diaspora Liberia because the president said they're not
you are. Yes, the thing. The president already has press secretary. The president got information minister. If people know how to speak for the president, I understand you campaign and support the president, but you don't have to make up things for the president. The video is very clear. The president said they referring to diaspora Liberian, and Liberians should not mind them. In other words, he's saying diaspora Liberians should have no voice in the body politics of Liberia, whether it is criticizing. Again, we can go back to the video and we can play over and over. If you want to make up words for the president, go right ahead. But let's not pretend.
There are Liberians who were
Mr. Dennis,
and they
Mr.
move
Dennis,
back home, and they are in
Mr.
the service
Dennis,
government, and
Mr.
they
Dennis,
are political parties standard bearers. They live
Mr.
in
Dennis,
Liberia.
Mr.
Do
Dennis,
not listen to them because they
Mr.
don't live
Dennis,
with us. They come, they cause problem, and they leave. So don't listen to them. That's.
I tell you what, Mr. Dennis, I will give you enough time. I will protect you, but I'm also asking you if you can protect me. I will give you time on the show.
You are protected.
Thank you very much. Like I was saying, the president has a whole ministry of people that can really talk for him. We don't have to come on the show to say what President Puaka meant or what he said. We listen to that video. The president did not mince his words when he said Liberians should not listen to diaspora Liberian. But guess what? The president is here today to receive an award in the diaspora. And I don't have to lecture any one of you guys here on how much diaspora Liberian contribute to Liberia, the economy, and what have you. For the president to say, especially launching a local government ministry, to say that Liberians should not mind diaspora Liberian and Mr. Dennis here, Mr. Tutu here want to like fix the president or fine tune the president. Why is the president? Well, I'm talking to this group of diaspora Liberians. Where did he say that? Where did he say that? The only place in that video he was including Mr. Dennis is when he said they. You are referring to all diaspora Liberians. But again, our favorite, let's go to Mr. Martin Boda. I don't know if you need for us to play the video. I'm sure you've seen the video of the president or
No, play for him. Let him listen to it. Let him hear it for himself.
Thank you, Mr. Boda. You want for us to play the video again?
No, I listened to the video.
Mr. Dennis, you want to play? I can tell the production to play the video.
No, I listened to the video. You don't need to play the video.
There's a whole second part to that video we're going to get to, because if video gets disturbing, the more you play it, the more you listen to the video, get more disturbing.
We hear a lot of criticism from people, but don't mind them. They don't live here. We live here. We know what we want for our people. When you are walking a long distance and you have a lot of dogs barking at you, if you stop to throw rocks at each dog, you will not reach.
Thank you, Mr. Boda. Let's hear from you.
So, my take on the video, you got to look. If I'm looking at the video, I'm from objective point, and I look at it from the context. It might be conclusive of everybody, but there are people who are basically criticize this government no matter what they do. They are not objective about issue in Liberia. They just bluntly criticize government no matter what it is. They comparing America to Liberia and their life and all of those stuff. So there's a whole different, if you look at the video from context, yes, maybe the analogy he used, dog, kind of depict a little bit of a sentiment. There are cool people who feel you can take it for the meaning, you want to take meaning to dog. But if you look at it, the word he used, if you walking and you dog barking, yeah, he would have said something differently, use a different analogy or say something else. But I don't think he was referring to every Liberian in the diaspora being a dog or meaning to be a dog. But those people who they behave, everything you barking about, you talking about it, not in a positive way. That's why I say tell the Liberian people, don't listen to them. I don't think it was meaningful Liberian. There are a lot of people here who contributed towards our government. There are some people here who want to see that government fail, who are on the other side of the political arena. So I mean, better not just look at it from you don't want the diaspora. No, I don't think that's what he meant though. So I that's my take to his
Thank you very much, Mr. Boda.
Yeah.
And I will join a lot of Liberians, whether it is in Liberia or the diaspora, to say that we've been around democracy for a very long time. So people that offer criticisms are not dogs. Whether they criticize the government, whether they don't support the government, dogs barking. That's what we get from wisdom.
No. Don't see the context. Don't look at it the way you want to frame it, man.
Mr. Boda, I'm not frame. If you will protect me. Again, if you got, I can give you the time, but just protect me. I give you the opportunity.
You are protected, Derek. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Ram. I will come to you, I want to come to you, Mr. Tutu. This president has been around politics or government for over 40 years.
Yeah.
And we've as a country, we've been a democratic nation for a whole lot of years, we can agree. There are no point in time where you refer to someone who not just oppose but criticize the government. Isn't that what United Party and President Walker was doing when TDC was in power? The president.
It's a metaphor. They made you a metaphor. It's a metaphor, man. Don't take a metaphor for.
Can I be protected, Mr. Boda? We are figure of speech, metaphor, however you want to put it, Mr. Tutu. Let me come back to you again. This man been around politics for so long, way longer than way before I was even born. He has been in opposition before. He has criticized government before for dogs barking. That's what we're referring to our critics now. That's what we're referring to. Dogs barking. Let me give you the opportunity, Mr. Tutu, to come in. But I think we have good connection with Mr. Giwe. Mr. Giwe, welcome to the show.
Thank you,
Let's
sir.
recognize their presence. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Like what Martin was saying, right? No, you should look at
Mr. Tutu. I'll come right back to you. I want to recognize the president, Mr. Giwe, and then I'll come right back to you.
Okay.
How you guys doing, gentlemen?
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Great. I am pleased to be part of you guys this evening.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. I don't know if you've seen the video, but we're talking about the comments President Bouaka made when he was launching the local government ministry. If you haven't seen the video, we can play it later on, but if you have, we don't have to play it anymore.
No,
Well,
I listen to that.
Okay, I will come right back to you, but let's hear from Mr. Tutu.
So, like I was saying, the president used a figurative language, a speech, to describe his critic, and you guys are very so negative, looking at the negative aspect of it. Yeah, we all speak. Sometimes we use languages that in our political fight, but it has not been like that so negative. But the way in which the opposition community taking this, the fight in Liberia, it's been so negative. And there's another coming some time ago. He said that leader he lies. During the last election, during the ANC time, he said leader he lies. And the whole opposition community, they beat on the Zana coming for that. They say because he corrupt, and why leader should eat last? Because he coming from a corrupt nature. But again, that's a society we find ourselves in, the way we analyze things, in the way we discuss things. We don't discuss issue on the positive side. We focus on the negative aspect of it so much to the detriment of the society. The president will know how, like you said, we have 40 or 42 years of experience in government. He have gone through a whole lot of political fight. Even the Unity Party, George Weah, they're not where President Bouaka have been negative to use to try to diminish his critic, to link them the door. No, I disagree with that. He was trying to address a particular content and use a language to kind of support his point. I don't think he bear that negative to say Liberians adore, especially or in the diaspora. I disagree with that.
Thank you very much. Let's hear from you, Mr. Giwe.
Well, thank you so much, brother. Well, let understand that he did use figurative expression or language. But leader, especially president, when you are speaking, is supposed to tailor to present your best to the public. Even if you are speaking to opposition, they are Liberian. I support Bouaka 100%. But maybe the president was in haste to use that word. But I don't think he really meant it, because he's a high figure in Liberia. Today I used to say, I am the only rooster. Mr. Bouaka is the only rooster in Liberia. Using that word, he has opposition, and there are other Liberians that are suffering. That's why they voted for him, and using that word, they would tell it different, they would coin it different. So if there's means, if he can apologize, he has to apologize. He still have a long way to go, 2029. The way he's taking it, the other people are not taking it. That's a two-way street. So if I were Mr. Bouaka, I won't use that figurative language.
Thank you very much, Mr. Giwe. We can try to do this. This is a trend in Liberia where a politician come up, make a statement, that is very prone to crisis, and then we get his supporters and coming up and try to define what he said. Oh, it's a figurative expression. Figurative expressions. The last time a politician referred to people as cockroaches, we know what happened next. The last time politician came out to demonize critics, we know in history led to bloodshed. And we have this president who is in familiar territory, we should say, because during the campaign time, he made a similar statement. I know Mr. Dennis, Mr. Buddha will say figurative expression again, because he said, if I may be quoting him for Britain, that he will use tears and blood to ensure that the elections is free and fair. Those type of remarks, and you come out again and refer to your critics as dogs barking. This is the president who is referred to as wisdom bucket and wisdom basket. Cannot come up with metaphors that show respect for human dignity, but dogs barking, that's the best, and wisdom basket can come up with. Let's hear what Mr. Martin Buddha as far as this dogs barking had to say. Now let's hear this thing.
Look, I'm not trying to spin anything here. I'm just trying to let you know that, look, sometimes people use figurative language, they do metaphor to describe a lot of things.
You think
let me finish. Like I said earlier, maybe the figurative language, the metaphor he used to use dog was a little bit insensitive. Okay? Because whatever the interpretation of dog is, will mean a whole lot in the opposition community. Okay? But let us look at it from a political perspective where he was speaking in terms of people who, whatever happened in Liberia, no matter what the government do, how they do it, whether good or bad, there have always been people in the corner, they seem not to recognize anything good coming from over the government because they are opposition. And those are people I think you are referring to in the metaphor to say, hey, when you walk in a street, they mean that when you walk in the path and you see dog barking at you or people barking at you, you don't need to talk to everybody. You don't need to start to.
You don't need to explain the president. Everybody understands.
Yeah, but you narrow it down to be every Liberian in the diaspora now. Because that's your narrative right now on you're narrating now. The narrative is that every Liberian here now, because you are in the diaspora, he said, it's not every Liberian you're bargaining or against the government. So do you want to accept that you want to put everybody in the basket that what he meant, even if he referred to that in different terms, would it mean that everybody within the diaspora are against the government while they're doing that? I don't think so. I don't think everybody feeling the pinch. Hold on. I don't think everybody feeling the same pinch. The way you interpreting the Bouaké government, your interpretation, your assessment of Bouaké regime is not everybody's assessment. I don't care what you spin here today, Derek. Then not everybody will spin your spin. Bouaké not doing anything, or he doing the wrong thing, or he doesn't have wisdom. People force him to say he has wisdom. No. So that's what I'm trying for you to understand. Look at the context in the entirety. Don't just pick one aspect of the conversation and just run with it.
No, we're not. We're certainly not picking one. We're certainly not picking one aspect. I hope you're done. But if you're not, I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead. Yeah.
So let's keep the narrative of the conversation in a broader spectrum. Not just narrow picking a specific segment of that narrative or the metaphor he used or the figurative language he used. Could mean anything. Let's take, for example, when Donald Trump said that Africa is a shithole country, right? What did I describe? Everybody took it, but you have to sit back and look at what he meant.
Well, if I may come in.
I am still waiting, Derek.
Go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Buddha.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
Thank you. Let's hear from Mr. Dennis. Go ahead.
I mean, Mr. Buddha nailed it. But I just want to add something, Derek. We all will look at that message from a different angles. We will be comparing it. We'll come out with our own interpretation, and that's how it will be. And as far as I'm concerned, the president is not going to apologize. for that statement. Because it's a metaphor. People can use it or look at it from a different perspective. What if the person is going to say, okay, by walking down the road, a group of children are throwing stone at me, I don't have time to wait because I have a distance to cover. Would that mean any difference? Or a group of strangers?
Yeah,
I was walking down the street, or I have a distance to cover. I enter the town, and a group of strangers are throwing stone at me. Because I know I have distance to cover, I will keep walking. So that would have been different, right?
I think Mr. Giwa answered your question. Yes, at least you have respect for human dignity, and I refer to them as
so
God.
that's based on your interpretation. So it's based on the way we look at it from different angles.
God is man's best friend. Derek, God is man's best friend.
Thank you.
So God is not good enough.
Mr. Buddha, you got people in the comment section calling me out for not protecting you. So let's protect each other. To give people ample time. Mr. Dennis, I'm sure you are still on the floor. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, I know my colleagues here, Mr. Giwa, was saying that the president should apologize. No, the president is not going to apologize, right? Because we're all going to interpret this based on our understanding. All right. So I just want to pause for now, and that is my response to that. So the statements will be interpreted by all of us based on the way how best we understand it.
Thank you. Let's hear from you, Mr. Giwa, and then we'll hear from Mr. Tutu.
All right, Mr. Dennis, I think Mr. Boga is a politician, and he's talking to people. He referring door comparison, and we term it as a metaphor. Now, there is a positive way to address the people, because these very people, you need them tomorrow. And you comparing
the opposition, you don't need the opposition.
Listen, the people that talking, they are not all opposition. I am for Mr. Boakai. I'm not opposition, but we are talking about human being. Comparison, compare human with dog. If you read things,
we are saying he referring to human. That's your interpretation. That's how you interpret it. That's your interpretation.
Let's protect Mr. Giwa.
That is based on your interpretation of the door. What he was referring to, the door.
Mr. Dennis, again, I'm sure Mr. Giwa was still on the floor. Let's protect Mr. Giwa.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm saying this, that you cannot compare. Despot door is man's best friend. You cannot compare door, even in metaphor, in figurative expression. You cannot do that when you are facing crowd, you're facing Liberia, you're facing nation to address even an opposition or opposition. You can't do that. There's better way to tailor your speech to skillfully, deliver it rather than that. You can't say that. Listen. While people are talking, that was really perfect in those speech. Why people are angry? People are angry because it does not make sense. You cannot compare human behavior, despite they are angry with you, with dog, especially when you are president of a nation. That's my point.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tutu. Let's hear from you.
So, that's it. For me, I would not even allow the president to apologize. What I would like for the office of the president of the Cabo to be is to clarify to the public, because the opposition want to use this as a negative weak point on the government to influence the people. That what our brother Adi say, the people first. Where are they getting the message from that they are first? Nobody. They are not comparing them to door. Door, as somebody may say, door may be made best friend. There are so many languages that will be used that attached with door. When you say from your creator, you tell somebody, say, patient door in the father bone. What are you trying to tell your audience? You say patient door in the father bone. So there are a lot of figurative languages attached to door that can be compared to Hebrew, but that literally Hebrew be say your door. And there where
the endeavor that we have a society where I hate to use the word ignorant or lack of education, but if you lead that to what is that causing the problem, because the opposition want to use that to kind of persuade the mind of the people that this government calling people dog. And I would not let the president apologize, but to come on, let the office of the president make a clarification on it, and let the people understand the content at which they were speaking. That not calling like people dog. Like I said, and there's another comment some time ago. He said, "Leader in last." The opposition commented that to carry it so why that this man is corrupt. He had no future for Liberia. He said leader should eat last. And there's another comment came out to clarify his statement he made. I can't recall when or whether he even apologized for the word he used at that time.
Thank you very much. I think what we seems to be clearly missing is what that statement show how the president think about opposition or people who criticizes him. And I think that's a very important thing to look at when we look at democracy, how the incumbent view opposition carries a lot of weight. There's a historical pattern. We see when Mohammed Gaddafi referred to critics as cockroaches. We see in the Rwanda genocide when the Hutu refers to the Hutsis as cockroaches. We saw the aftermath of that. So this is not just about, as Mr. Boda wants to put this, is let the president not even having the not even saying the president misspoke, but try to defend this as, oh, there's a lot of interpretation for this. Dog can mean a lot of things. The president was using a figure of speech. Yes, he was using a figure of speech. He was using a metaphor. We can agree, but it shows how the president thinks about people that are opposing. And that is very disturbing because this history have shown can lead to a lot of civil unrest. Because if you look at,
I'm going to disagree with you on that. The narrative trying to push it. We are protecting you a lot, Derek. You can't keep carrying the narrative that you want to share all year. You want to share a narrative that does not represent the government. No, that's what I allow you to do that.
I'm not again. I gave you a historical context when political leaders or leaders in the past have referred to the critics as something dehumanizing. It led to civil unrest in the past. Waka is no different.
Check the
Waka is no different.
You're talking about.
What I understand you don't want, again, we have to set a clear, we have to be first, we have to put our breath first. Let's be honest. Let's put the country first. And regardless of how much we don't want the opposition to win or whatever, elections will come later on. But let's be honest. When the president demonized the opposition or people that
that's not the truth.
But again,
Derek,
when you keep carrying that narrative, Derek, to spell the president.
You gonna protect? Are you gonna protect me?
I am protecting you, but you have carried the narrative all through the movie.
I will come right back to you. I don't see in what context. Whether it is metaphor, whether it is figure of speech. Can you refer to another person as to a dog because they criticize you as not dehumanizing Mr. Boda? When the president used, you can call it metaphor or whatever when he referred to people that criticize him, because that's exactly what he said in that video. People that criticize him, don't mind them. And then he made a statement of dogs barking. We should not allow that in our democracy. It's not allowed in liberal space. We've been through a whole lot. We've been dehumanized before, and the president now should use his words to unite the country, not to dehumanize people only because they criticize him. And just lastly, before I come back to you, Mr. Boda, just because a person criticizes you does not mean they don't want better, they don't want good for you. Does not mean they don't want good for Liberia. Politics should be up a policy. If I disagree with your politics, I criticize it constructively. It does not mean I hate you. It does not mean I'm a dog barking and the Liberians shouldn't listen to me. It's about, let's be honest, it was dehumanizing. Let's hear from you, Mr. Boda.
like I said, I stated earlier, and I'm gonna repeat this. Look, I said to you, if the narrative you're trying to push,
I'm not trying to push a narrative
you
here,
are
Mr.
pushing a narrative. So the narrative you're trying to push is that hey, the president calling Ariel LeBron dog is not a narrative.
That was
That
not
is
what
not
I
true.
said.
That's not what he said. He said when you walking, when the dog barking, so you mean that Ariel LeBron barking? Is that your point of argument? No.
I said no. That was not my point.
Okay.
I said,
So he said, but you say you referring to all LeBron dogs. You referring to LeBron a dog. He didn't refer to the other. He said when you are walking, if a dog barks at you, like I said, he used a figurative language, a metaphor to just describe behavior.
Like, can I come in 1 second?
Who behavior?
So,
What?
you can use any metaphor to describe any behavior. So that's
Derek.
because he used the word dog, so he means that Ariel
Let-
LeBron a
let me-
dog.
let me
No, I
come
don't
in
think
1
it's that
minute.
what he meant.
That's
Let
a
me come in
beautiful
1 minute.
Mr. Boda, we can go around this all you want.
I'm not
Let's
going
hear-
around.
let's-
I'm
let's-
saying
let's
to you
hear
that
from- let's
if
hear
you
from
say
Mr.
with Boga was not referring to anybody as dog.
Mr.
I don't think
Bola,
you'll tell you that you're referring to LeBron as a dog.
We can play this video again, Mr. Boda. This is no
The
screen.
videos he did not say LeBron a dog.
No, let's
He
not-
said when
I
somebody
did not say that either. I did
He
not
said
say
when
that.
somebody walking, he said when somebody walking, when you walking with a dog barking at you.
Who is the
He did not say
person
LeBron
walking? Who is
walking.
the You know, Mr. Boda. Let's hear from Mr. Gilway.
Okay,
Let's hear from
Mr.
Mr.
Bola,
Gilway.
let me
You can
put
free, you can
directly.
frame this in your own
I am
narrative.
not framing this. I'm not framing this.
Just a minute.
Go ahead, Mr. Gilway.
Number one, I do not really expect Mr. President Barker to go and apologize publicly, but he can use his office to do that. But number one, let me put you in the shoes of Liberian people. Let's say you and I are arguing, and I refer you to a friend of mine that this is what Mr. Bola is saying. And a friend of mine is telling or using figurative expression to say, not every dog that bite, you have to listen. And now it was you that we are complaining about. And somebody is saying that and you hearing it.
You the dog. You are the dog.
That Mr. Gilway, forget about Mr. Bola or Mr. Bola. Not every dog that bite on you, you have to listen.
Thank
How
you.
will you feel?
Right, Mr. Boda, you the dog in that statement.
Who's the person complaining about?
Mr. If you want to clarify that to Mr. Tutu.
I just gave an example.
I asked Mr. Gawa question that what's the person you think he complaining to about?
They complain about Mr. Bola. Listen to my statement. Mr. Bola, let's say in fact, you criticize me. And I have a friend who listened to that. And the friend said, look, Alan, forget about that, man. Not every dog that bite, you have to pay attention to. Who you think they're talking to?
Who the dog that's barking? Who?
Hey, let me
Yes, just answer the question. Answer Mr. Gilway. Who the dog that barking? The dog
not every is
Mr. Boda, I get your point. Nobody's saying every Liberian here. Nobody. The president talking about people that criticizes him. But let Mr. Tutu refer to Mr. Gilway. Who is the dog that barking?
So if I have a problem or maybe problem or confrontation with my fellow man, and then the Marty come and say or George man, that every dog that bark you listen to. Is that telling me that about the person having confrontation to the person at the door? That was that what he meant? You were telling me you were giving that advice to move on.
No. Let's not do this here, Mr. Tutu.
You were giving
Who is the dog that your friend is referring to here? Who is the dog?
I don't know how you want to speak it here.
I'm not speaking nothing, Mr.
I'm not going to go to your narrative, Derek. I mean, we can move on. We can argue. We can say all we want to say.
Let's go to SETI.
It doesn't mean that
Let's go to SETI, Clamag, and what have you.
No.
And look at the dialogue in the process.
Thank you. You know, we've played this video.
So Mr. Boga was speaking to the LeBron people, right?
No, that's not what he said in the video.
Who was he speaking to?
Well, you know what? Let me ask the producer.
Who was Mr. Boga speaking to?
One more time, because he used keywords. He gave us context in his video. So if the producer can just play this one more time, we can get it one more time.
We hear a lot of criticism from people, but don't mind them. They don't live here. We live here. We know what we want for our people. When you are walking a long distance and you have a lot of dogs barking at you, if you stop to throw a rock at each dog, you will not reach.
Thank you. Clearly, you
Who was
hear
that?
the
What I'm
person.
speaking to?
He gave us context on who he's speaking to. You will hear a lot of
Who was he
criticism,
addressing? He was addressing Liberian people.
but he gave you context, Mr. Buddha. He said you will hear a lot of criticism. So everything he said after that was to people that are providing those criticism, Mr. Buddha. And I think Mr. Gateway gave a perfect example. You would not like to be referred to as dogs barking in any metaphor or figure of speech. So we can want spin it, we can want defend the president anyways. Like I said, there are historical precedents for leaders referring to humans or to critics as things are dehumanizing.
All right.
The father is
Larry, I
always
think let's move on to the next chapter.
Thank you very
Let's move
much.
to the
I
next
think,
chapter. Let's move to the
I
next
think, yeah,
chapter.
yesterday before we have to go for our first break.
Jerry,
Yeah, let's move to the next
Jerry,
chapter.
just a second. Jerry, just a second. Before
Thank
you
you.
go on break, Jerry, just a second.
Mhm.
Before you compare those leaders that make those type of statement before that the Rwanda genocide or Gaddafi or people, look at the historical context of those people leadership first before you compare them with Obaka.
I think Mr. Boda made a perfect comparison. I think Mr. Boda referencing to Donald Trump, and I don't think there's a lot of difference between both. The only thing is he one don't have access to Twitter and the other does, because they make exactly the same comments. Again, guys, this is the Hard Zone. My name is Derek Gallo. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll get into the issues with District 10 Montserrat County lawmaker expulsions and other lawmakers' response to that. But for now, we will see you after the break.
Attention all organizations, NGOs, and social clubs in and out of Liberia. Are you tired of relying solely on social media to run your operations? An effective web platform is your most important marketing tool, and that's where Tiamat.com comes in. Hello, my Liberian people. My name is Sophia, and I want you to consider this. 53% of consumers do online research about an organization before talking to someone from that institution. That means not having a website could be costing you opportunities. Step up your game and establish a professional online presence. Introducing our web platform, designed specifically for 501c organizations, small businesses, and political organizations, social clubs, etc. At Tiamat.com, we understand how important it is to make a great digital first impression, which is why we offer you all the help needed to develop, maintain, and host NGOs and small and big organization websites by giving you a full suite of services that includes automatic billing for members, membership and visitor portals, first-class design and functionality, and much more. The best part is, it only costs $20 per month. Upgrade your image today with our customized web design services. Visit www.tiamat.com to get started. This is a Liberian-owned business.
Did you know 1 in 4 patients who take opioids long-term become addicted? Opioids are strong pain medications like oxycodone, hydrocodone, or morphine. They can help with pain, but they can also lead to addiction and overdose. Take the medication only the way your doctor tells you to take it. And never share them with your family, friends, or neighbors. Know the risks. Stay safe. This message is brought to you by the Multicultural Community Family Services in partnership with LRTM.
Maintaining your vehicle can be a major investment. That's why here at Brothers Auto Care, we pride ourselves on providing professional and reliable auto care at affordable rates. Whether you need an inspection, new brakes, or diagnostic reports, our skillful and experienced mechanics are here for you every step of the way. Call Brothers Auto Care now to schedule your next auto maintenance and repair service. At Brothers Auto Care, we help you drive home with peace of mind.
Good evening. Good evening, wherever you're watching us from. This is the Liberia Radio and Television Network with a brand new episode of the Hard Zone. Again, it's been a very, very, very engaging conversation here. But now we'll change gear to the House of Representative Liberia. So this week, this district number 10 lawmaker or Representative Yeke Koluba was expelled from the House for treason. And the House were able to obtain 49 votes to sign his removal. The District 10 lawmaker, on the other hand, has raised the issue in court. And this week, we're having a lot of lawmakers, including Senator Dillon Massarato County, distancing themselves from that expulsion, calling it as illegal, as District number 10 lawmaker was not given due process, they allege. Now, it's been raised to the level of national discussion, so it's important that we bring this to our panelists to hear what they say. But let's check. Yeke is now in the opposition, so I'm seeing Mr. Boda. I can already see what he's going to say. Or Mr. Tutu, it's a debate episode, so I don't know where to go with you. And but let's just bring it to the table. I will start with you, Mr. Tutu. The situation with Yeke Koluba. Talk to us.
So, the situation of Yeke Koluba, people will say, oh, Yeke Koluba will move for past regime, while the current regime started with him, they should lay here or here. And whole lot of theory. First of all, Yeke Koluba, that thing, he was elected and he took an oath to protect the Constitution of Liberia. And in that, if you can take the capture of that oath or Jerry and just post it for the audience to see what is meant to take that particular oath. Yeke Koluba took it to defend Liberia. And Yeke Koluba fall flat. He keep on to make a derogatory statement attacking his own country that he took oath for to defend in democracy. And there we had a problem with his colleague. People say, oh, he was to go through a trial code or through jury also. But the House has their own rules and regulations set also too that conduct their members. If one of the members or go against their rules, the House has the right to discipline their member, maybe through by suspension, exposure, or expel them. And my only regret in the whole situation, to be fair, I'm a regime supporter and I support the regime. And my only regret, I think it was a little bit rushed. They already have the number. And for the fact that the Supreme Court has come in to place call them for a conference, I think they were supposed to adhere to that Supreme Court order to go for the conference, and they have the number. They could say do what they want to, they can do it. Yeke Koluba, they could do it. But all the lawmakers come in and say, "Oh, that's they will know how the politics play in Liberia. They'll go behind closed door. They'll do what they want to do. They kind of probably want to get settlement for the Liberian people. They say, "Oh, at the last time my name was fraud." That was that. I don't want to even identify what I want. But the only thing I think, the House of Representatives leadership, I think they rush the issue. They go to the Supreme Court, to the conference, or invite them, sit down and listen, and then they already have the number, but I don't know what's a rush. That's the thing I had it.
Thank you. The judge will stay with you, though. What do you think about the reason for which he's being or he was expelled? Treason. Do you think what he did was treason, in your opinion?
They have. If you read the Constitution, they charge him for treason. Is there? Yeke Koluba statement was totally forward in our category.
What statement like that was treason? What was the statement? He claiming that the land that Liberia and Guinea has dispute over belongs to Guinea. Is that what?
Yeah, that's all. Liberia's a sovereign state. And
Okay.
Liberia has surface it. So if you
so usually those statements are treason when you're the part of the
Yeah,
opposition.
if you make a statement,
No. Derek
if
Claire,
you-
now you know how you part of opposition though.
I'm the opposition. No. I didn't don't put the opposition.
No.
Yeah, there was a sidebar you throw on there though. You throw on there. They say when the opposition.
It could be
They
any
didn't say opposition.
it could be any individual. It could be any citizen report of Liberia for that matter. That's the opposition.
No, I'm just so for everybody in Liberia, when you state your opinion, which falls under free speech that is protected under
It was not an opinion.
Mr. Boda, you are next in line. Mr. Boda, you are next in line.
It was not an opinion.
Mr. Boda, you are next in line. This question is from Mr. Tutu.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry.
If you state your opinion in Liberia, which is protected under free speech by your constitution, it's actually treason for everybody, or is it just for?
We all support the fundamental right of free speech in Liberia.
Okay.
We support it, but if you
So am I?
of free speech,
Am I committing treason if I say the land in dispute is actually belongs to Guinea? Do you think I should also be reprimanded for sitting and making that statement?
you could be recommended. You could go to court.
Just because I said that. Even, I will come back. Because
the government can arrest you to go show proof in court to show what the land belongs to Guinea. If the government wants to do it.
Interesting. Let's hear from Mr. Boda. Mr. Boda.
Thank you, Derek.
Your government again. Go ahead.
The issue with Yega Koluba.
Mhm.
See, Yega is just not an ordinary person speaking.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yega, he was a profound legislator elected by the people, the district, and to represent and to defend and protect the sovereignty of our nation. Okay. And if there is a dispute between the two nations, which is happening now between Guinea and Liberia, and Yega being a sitting lawmaker, know the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. They made law, all the crafting the laws of Liberia to protect and guide Liberia through our Constitution. And if you making such a profound statement, definitively, now you are not speaking politically. He said he knows for a fact that the land that they're talking in dispute is a Guinean land. And he got evidence to prove that. My brother, let's put politics aside. One nation indivisible is Liberia. Okay? And Yega Koluba took an oath to defend our one nation indivisible, to defend at all costs. And to make such a statement. And Yega, for himself, for a historical being in the house for the length of time he has been there, he has always made regular statement. Never produced any evidence or anything he says. But make regular statement and he has not been held accountable for. Okay? And for me personally, Yega impeachment, I'm glad that we can have him removed. I don't even know who gave him the opportunity. The district 10 that gave him the opportunity to be in the house. I'm sorry to say. I don't know where they were thinking and what their mindset are to elect someone like Yega Koluba in the House of Parliament. You know, it's a disgrace for the House of Parliament to have figure like Yega then come to power. And the Supreme Court know full well. Supreme Court cannot judge the House. They don't have that authority. They cannot stop the House from executing their duty under the law. Supreme Court, if Yega has an issue, Yega can go to the Supreme Court when the House has done that work. He can go and defend himself. Let's take, for example, Kabani Jenny, the former Associate Justice, were impeached over there, forcibly took the man. The two talk about due process. This man took a case to ECOWAS court. And he was awarded, he won the case, and he was asked to be reinstated.
Thank you.
Again, let me go back to again. Then again, Bernie Samukai was elected as senator for Lofa County. He was denied his seat. He was not given due process. But you're talking about due process yet. But the House took a ruling, they took ruling on him because of that rule. So all of these things here, Yeke guy there in court now. He can go to court now and prove whatever legal stand he has that he can be brought back. But I can assure you, Yeke is never coming in Congress any longer.
Thank you. Thank you. It's 2026, and the recommendation here from Mr. Boda.
I'm not recommending anything. I did not recommend anything. I did not recommend anything. I stated my points, not recommendation.
Thank you. Am I protected now?
Yes, sir.
Again, it's 2026, and I guess I should say alleged recommendation from Mr. Boda here is for us to do things illegally and then work from the back. A lawmaker was removed without due process, and Mr. Boda gave us a couple of examples on how that have happened in the past before. And Yeke now should do the right thing, even though those people in the House did not do the right thing, did not grant Yeke.
No. I did not say that. No. Don't.
I'm not forcing you.
Yeah, but if I'm saying to you, the House has a rule, and he violated their rule, they got it right to prosecute him.
In line with I'm sure in line with the.
And they had what? You might have a tutor of the House.
But again, Mr. Boda, here's the thing.
Those things is why you look at the tutor.
Mr. Boda, if someone just listened to your deliberation, they would know that you have a personal vendetta for Yeke Koluba. Because you made a statement.
I do not let Yeke Koluba be in the House of Representatives.
You may not know him personally, but from your
I said I do not like him being there because he's not competent, he's not credible, and he does not need to be in the House of Representatives Parliament for us.
Proving my statement that you do have a personal vendetta with that law.
No, it's not vendetta. It's just a fight.
You just said he should have been in the House.
Because he's not competent. He's not credible.
That's
the basis that I'm telling you. I'm not. He's not credible. He's not competent.
Mr. Boda,
give me reason why they're meant to be in Parliament. If you can give me reason why they're in Parliament.
If we're going to do that, we're going to let almost 80% of that lawmaker in the House of Representatives will not be there. If we're looking at credibility and whether they're eligible for the House. But again, that speaks to your personal vendetta with the lawmaker.
You can describe it like that. I agree.
Are you going to protect me, Mr. Boda?
You are protected, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's hear from Mr. Giwa on this issue. Mr. Giwa, are you ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Brother Darren. Well, I'm want to do from the beginning when Yeke, took over District 10 in Monrovia, because all of us contested. I contested in Nemba, District 8, 2017. But I did not succeed, and I later came back to United States. Well, I've been following Yeke keenly. From the beginning, I have some support for him, doing his advocacy. But right now, starting from last year, many things have changed. Yeke Tum, he does not behave like somebody who is actually normal. Now, Article 38 of Liberian Constitution gave right to the legislature to discipline for misconduct of their colleagues in the House. And Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction over them until what they're doing contradict the law of the land, the supreme law of the land. So to expel him, the House has its own rule, Rule 9.2, Rule 11, Rule 42.1. You have to discipline a lawmaker once they are disorderly, how can I say, misconduct in the house. The house has its own rule. So what they did to Yeke Koluba does not need Supreme Court intervention. No, according to the Constitution. They are completely out of that. They're not supposed to be part of it. Based on what he did, and if they acquire 49, because we have 73 lawmakers. So if they can get quorum of 79, yes, they have right to expel him from the house. And the Supreme Court cannot intervene until what they're doing or what they did contradicted Liberian supreme law, which is the Supreme Court. So that's how I see it.
Thank you very much.
And moreover, I cannot be specific whether he was expelled because of the statement that he made about low-far piece of land. No, I don't know. But if the House has come out to an agreement for 49 members of the House to be signatory for his, expulsion, that be it. It's workable. You don't need a Supreme Court. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Sometimes we allow our issue with specific lawmaker to cloud our overall judgment for the protection or the application of our Constitution where it becomes necessary. Yeke expulsion. There are so many lawmakers that have distanced themselves from that, including Montserrat County Senator Law and Darius DeLong, calling it illegal. Just looking at the illegality of it, they did not give the man due process. Simple. And then Mr. Buddha saying, "Oh, he can go to court. He can go to court." Why these people didn't just protect or just go by the Constitution? But is it like a showcasing of President Bouaga government pattern of silencing critical voices? Silencing critical voices. Is it President Bouaga pardon?
I disagree with you, Jerry.
I'm not making that statement.
President Bouaga is not the House of Representatives.
I am not making that statement full right. Okay, I'm saying I'm asking a question.
Oh, okay.
Is it a pattern of President Bouaga trying to silence critical voices? I don't know, but we saw that, or I should say the Unity Party pattern of.
It's not Unity Party. That's a wrong analogy, bro.
Mr. Buddha, if you will protect me, I will give you the opportunity.
You are protected, but we got to make some.
I will give you the opportunity to make the correction, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm just asking a question here. Because we have seen the pattern of Unity Party silencing critical voices. We don't have to bring in the Yeke Koluba, the Heron Costa. You have to list. And some will argue that Prophet Key is sitting in prison today because he made a statement. But again, let's come back to the actual reason why Yeke Koluba was expelled from the house. But I will give you guys the opportunity. I'm just asking questions. I'm not even opining on this, okay? I'm just literally reading a news article here on why Yeke Koluba was allegedly expelled from the house for treason. Treason. Because he made a statement that he thinks the land actually belongs to Guinea. If that's the reason, it's a sad day for Liberia. Sad day for democracy in Liberia.
Yeah.
When the president of Liberia himself went to Guinea, came back Liberia and provide nothing adequate for the Liberian people. And who's in charge of that landowner dispute? Is it Liberia? Absolutely not. But you're going to penalize or an opposition lawmaker because he said he thinks that the land belongs to Guinea and he can provide proof? Aren't we the country that's supposed to protect free speech? Isn't that protected under the Constitution of Liberia? And Mr. Buddha can say, "Oh, because of that, Yeke Koluba don't belong in the house." You can have your personal vendetta with Yeke Koluba, but I tell you what, You like Yeke Cordova yesterday when he was campaigning for Joseph.
I never supported his idea or anything he did.
Mr. Boda.
No. Not one
Mr.
record he can
Boda,
show.
Mr. Boda, I will give you the opportunity again
Thank
to
you.
respond. Yesterday, you did not front and Yeke Cordova when he was in the same position he's in today in the opposition, calling out the government, not holding back anything. Yeke Cordova, if anything, has not changed. It's people like you, Mr. Boda, United Party people that have changed because you are not in the opposition no more. You are in power today, so you do not like what you were doing to other people yesterday. It's Yeke haven't changed. It's you people that have changed because Yeke remains in opposition, even though he represents the people of District 10, but he remains in opposition and he calls out the government on the ills in the Liberian People's Society. Mr. Boda, you in power today. I understand power sweet, but Yeke Cordova did not change. It's you people that changed. And just to close, contrary to what you said, Mr. Boda, Yeke Cordova went to the House of Representatives, not like you said to protect the country. He went there to represent the people of District 10. If you look on the responsibility of a representative, he went to advocate to make laws or bills on behalf of the people of District 10 of Monserrado County. That's what he went in that house for. And if Yeke Cordova, if President Bouaga were anything like Yeke Cordova to represent the people of Liberia, maybe, just maybe, will be a 10% better than we are today. Because that's what, when you're representing people, that's what you're supposed to be. But you're supposed to speak for them. You're supposed to advocate for them. What have we seen the president doing? Well, before I even go any further, he's in the United States today to receive an award on taxpayer money. They carry nothing back to the country, but let's go back to you, Mr. Boda.
Yes, sir. So, like you already said, look, Yeke Cordova went to represent District 10. And what have he done for District 10? In his tenure in District 10.
That's not a conversation here, Mr. Boda.
No. You brought in the conversation. Let me just clear that part out. Yeke Cordova had been in the house for almost 14 years. What legislative achievement had he taken to the District 10 to benefit District 10?
If I may interject, the people of District 10 answer that question for you already. How many times have they elected Yeke Cordova? If he wasn't doing anything, they wouldn't have elected him. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
So Mr. Yeke Cordova had always been, he made reckless statements everywhere he goes. He had never been a responsible legislator. And secondly, talk about due process. Yeke Cordova were asked to clarify his statement. And he took a lawyer to the court, they gave the process to bring a lawyer. And they asked him, he wanted the lawyer to speak for him at the parliament. And that does not happen. You, Yeke Cordova, will answer question. If your counsel feel like that question, you can go, they will call you aside and they can say, don't talk to you. But now the counsel standing in court pleading for you. You, Yeke Cordova, as a lawmaker, needed to clarify your statement or the statement you made regarding the border or whatever statement, regular statement you have made to defend it. And when the people that he walk away, he's a lawmaker. He should be able to speak for himself. And he refused to do that. They were given the opportunity to speak for himself. Yeke will stand there and defend himself as a lawmaker. He walked away. He said because his counsel left, so he cannot speak. He left. Your counsel not going to speak for you in the parliament. They speak for you in court. So this counsel now can speak for you in court the way now he has been exploited from the house. So Yeke Cordova was given some due processes in the process. Like my brother said, maybe they were a little bit hasty with it, but we need to get something done and get moving with some people that don't need to be around. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we go for final break, final break. I don't know if you, Mr. Giwa or Mr. Toto, have anything to add.
Let me just come in for 30 seconds.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, on the issue of the city, Yeke Cordova. I don't know, Derek, try to shift the blame on the.
I just ask question. I don't shift no blame. I just ask question.
Try to shift the blame on the
president.
We have three branches of government. They all have separate power when they carry on their day-to-day activity. So things that happen with the legislature, I don't know why you want to put it on the executive branch of the government to kind of allow it. Now you just put it in the executive branch, but you want to link the president directly to him. The issue of the Supreme Court issue Joe Perfect Key. That's not the executive branch, that's the issue of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court did what they could do, and Perfect Key did. But you want to tie the president to once again to be attacking free speech. I don't think they have to do. The president is the separation of power. That we should be questioning the separation of power in Liberia, but not to put it on the executive squarely.
Thank you very much. Mr. Gilwell, I'll come to you. I'll just make the 15-second statement. We on this show as panelists and hosts, we haven't been Liberian since yesterday. We've been Liberian for a very long time to understand how these things work. But let's hear from you, Mr. Gilwell.
All right. If Mr. Koluba can enter in the parliament with his lawyer, and he kept quiet, or when the lawyer walked away, he said he cannot talk. I think he has some right. We were probably counseled by his counsel that you have right to keep silent, because once you enter in the parliament with your counselor, he's supposed to say something for you. Despite he is part of the parliament. Once he's there with his counselor, his advisor, he's supposed to talk.
Thank you.
Why you hire him for? Yes.
Thank you very much. Let me go back to the comments, and then we will take our final break, and we'll come back. I ask you guys to give your closing, and then we can draw the curtain to this. But let's read some of the comments. I know you have been coming for the host, but can I have the producer pull up some of these comments so we can read it? And my brother, you are saying right. Please, Mr. Holt, give people time to speak his mind. That was when you guys were not protecting me. Let's read the next one. Hello, come on, man. I'm no fan of the president, but the spin on his comments is crazy. The president, the video speaks for itself. The president provided all of the context we needed for in that video, so I don't see any spin here. The only spin I saw was Mr. Boda and Mr. Tutu trying to explain to all what the president said, especially when we did not listen to him specifically saying it on that video. So let's read the next one. Even a child born today will tell you the president's comment was totally wrong. This is what we call blind loyalty in politics. Here, defending President Joseph Boakai comment. That is very sad. I agree with you. There are historical precedents for leaders dehumanizing their critics. So it's not like a back and forth. There's no back and forth on this. I think President Boakai should retract his statement and provide either clarity or an apology. Apology seems much more like the way to go, But let's read it. This is not my words. These are from the comments. Let's just say, let's read the next one. As a behavioral specialist, I agree with the senior gentleman. There are 4 functions of behavior: escape, avoid, attention, tangible, sensory. The dogs referred to in this metaphor are simply critics who don't see the value in the progress being made and are constantly amplifying negative propaganda to plant seeds in the minds of folks who oppose the ruling party with the goal of persuading them to usher out the incumbent. There is no need to drag this issue. As a behavioral specialist,
so far.
Using your discipline to defend a government against propaganda. But again, we will move on. Let's go to the next government. Let's go to the next comment. The host, from the short time I've watched this show, appears to judge a panelist based on one statement. How do you accuse a panelist for disliking Yeke based on the narrative? Now, the next comment explains that this commenter has issue with the host. But again, just to clarify, I did not accuse Mr. Boda, I did not accuse Mr. Boda of not liking the Yeke Koluba. I did. He made that statement. He admitted to having a personal vendetta with Yeke Koluba. I did not accuse him. We listened to the show, but then again, it makes sense. You now has a problem with the host. I get that. If there's any more comment, let's just read it and then another comment on the host again. I see where the host is going with this. I've had enough of this platform. This host the gaslight and then think folks who are objective don't see what's taking place here. Thank you, Jaja. Thank you very much again for your engagement today. But guys, let's take our final break, and when we come back, I will ask you guys for your closing, and then we can draw the curtain to this one. We will see you guys after the break.
Maintaining your vehicle can be a major investment. That's why here at Brothers Auto Care, we pride ourselves on providing professional and reliable auto care at affordable rates. Whether you need an inspection, new brakes, or diagnostic reports, our skillful and experienced mechanics are here for you every step of the way. Call Brothers Auto Care now to schedule your next auto maintenance and repair service. At Brothers Auto Care, we help you drive home with peace of mind. Celebrating the lives of our dearly departed loved ones is no easy task. That's why you become family the minute you walk through the doors of the Exodus Funeral Chapel. Exodus Funeral Chapel is deeply committed to helping you navigate your way through this difficult time. Our services are reliable, affordable, and professional. Call us, visit our website, or feel free to stop by in person for your consultation. At the Exodus Funeral Chapel, we believe in the dignity of your loved ones. Empathy and respect is the goal of our staff. Exodus Funeral Chapel. Empathy, respect, and dignity.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here with us for the last 1 hour, 30 minutes. This is the Hard Zone. This is episode 9 of season 8. And if you've been with us, this is a show where we give opinions on issues in Liberia and the diaspora, issues from educational news, social economics discussions, and politics. And this podcast is being on the Liberia Radio and Television Network. So for the last 1 hour, 30 minutes, we've given you our opinion on the issues with President's comments at the launching of the local government ministry. And also we talk about the situation with Yeke Koluba, his expulsion. You hear our panelists, and before we get into the final segment of this, where we ask our panelists to give you their closing remarks, it's important that I provide a disclaimer. All of the comments here on the position on this show is not the position of the network. It is the position of the individual panelists that offer them. In other words, we're not responsible for anything Mr. Boda say. The Support Unity Party, the network is independent. With that being said, to all of you esteemed panelists, it's been a pleasure. I know Mr. Tutu is a debut episode, and so is Mr. Giwa. We're here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. We started late today, so make sure you join us next week for another engaging and fruitful conversation. So I'd like to get the ball rolling. This is the segment where you summarize what we talk about today and just give us your closing remark. I'll let us start with Mr. Alan Giwa, and then I will take Mr. George Tutu, and then Mr. Boda will go last. Let's start with you, Mr. Giwa.
Thank you, Brother Derry. Well, to begin with, the situation with Yeke Koluba, that would be first. Yeke, many times, inception in the parliament, he had been asked sometimes to retract his word. But Yeke will say no, he will not do it. Now look at the one that he said he cannot go and beg the president. Listen, reasoning should be more than right. Sometimes there are reasoning that you have to follow based on your human, quote unquote, right that you have. And this is what Yeke have been exhibiting in the parliament. They have close to 80 or let me say 73 men or men and women in the house. And when they wrong you, they say, look, Yeke, you have to apologize. Yeke will say no. So I think the decision that the House took to expel Yeke was the right decision. Because you're working with people, you cannot be like you are operating in a state of monarchy, that your voice should be the one to remain, your voice should be the one that people should follow. It's wrong. That been, dictatorial. You can't operate like that in a democracy. Moreover, the president, the statement that he's made, I feel that he's a human being. If he put himself in the shoes of the other people, he will regret his statement. So if the president can read, echo, or reiterate and say, look, you may have understood this different, or you may understand this different, but I mean this, I think that would be fine for the president and the Liberian people. He's the father of the nation. If he is criticized, that's ugly. Listen, he needs all the, the sides of the river. He does not need one side of the river to operate. So that statement, when door is biting, you cannot stay, sit and throw something. You have to move on. You have to listen while the door is biting. It's important. If you're keeping the door in your yard, when the door is biting in your yard, you have to go through the window to see why the door is biting in your yard. I think it's important. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Giwa, for your appearance here today, and we hope this will not be your last time. We look forward to seeing you on future episodes. Mr. Tutu, give us your closing remark.
Yeah, Terry. Again, let me say thank you for the invite and also to Joe for inviting me on the show. And we hope to be back another time to be contributing to the discussion. A very good discussion that will discuss to the issue when it comes to the president's statement. Like that, the opposition used the president's statement to kind of plug the mind of the Liberian people to be negative. The president's statement is not meant to be negative the way in which it bear on training. So I think for my end, I prefer the office of the president to come out to make a clarity on that statement. And these are how wickedness can spread the mind of the people. Like the host was saying about past leader in other countries, use certain words to go down their critic. And those were words that were planted in the mind of the people those days during colonial time, that this certain group of people that crossed Rogers and it led to a civil war. And we saw how a certain group of people that were referred to that were wiped out that contributed to the genocide. But Liberia is not like that. We made out of political statement. Like I said, the Zana government used a political statement some time ago, leader Eli, and people beat upon him for that. So I would prefer the president to come out, make a clarity, or talk to the Liberian people. And his situation is not negative as compared to the ways that have been portrayed by his critic or the opposition. Now the issue of Yeke Koruba, as MBT, Yeke Koruba took oath to protect the sovereignty of Liberia, and it's written clearly in the Constitution. He fought flat, And my only regret in the whole aspect, I think, for me, I think the legislators or they couldn't rush the process. They already have the number. The Supreme Court has invited them. Even the Supreme Court not going to turn their decision around or can I interfere in the separation of power, but it has a higher court of the land. Go to the conference and hear what they're going to say, and they did what they could do. But I had no regret for Yeke Club situation. Like I said, if I told somebody sometime on another show, if it will have good sound man people voting like bro, you'll never be in our house to represent or district 10. Again, thanks so much, and then we hope again to be back on another time to contribute towards the show on different topics.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tutu, and it's a pleasure having you here. And I don't know what you mean different topic is, or talking about the president comment that was a little uncomfortable for you, I assume. So, but anyways, it was a pleasure having you today, and we look forward to seeing you on future episodes. But let's get the final word from Mr. Boda, and then I'll give my closing, and then we'll draw the curtain to this one.
Thank you. To speak to the issue of Yeke Kolba, I just want to tell my Liberian people that look, I know it's disappointing at some point, sometimes some of the decisions taken in Parliament and issues that have been raised and the way it's been spun and the way everybody have to, that's what democracy is. People have to speak their mind. And that's the beauty of our democracy. And we're building a strong democracy. People should not be deterred or be pushed around like, oh yeah, you're going to break our democracy. No, it's not. There are some elements in our democracy that we need to get rid of. We need to build a credible, respectable people in our parliament. We don't want to have people just reckless around who does not represent the future of our nation. You see today, Yeke Kolba, who is a statesman, have been expelled from the house, and see the element of people he surrounds himself with. See the behavior in the street. That speak to you, this man had no plan, nothing he got to offer the youth, the young generation. So I speak to the young people today, if you want to be like Yeke Kolba, your future is doomed. Because he has nothing to offer you but to lead you into destruction. And secondly, to the Liberian people, the president's statement, let us not overstate this statement to be referring to you as dog. I pretty much know that Mr. Boga is a respectable, honorable man, a family man who have respect for people. He's not going to refer to you as dog. But the figurative language he used or the metaphor he used have been spun by politicians who will criticize any good thing coming out of the Unity Party regime at this time. So please be mindful. Don't let the distraction, that's what you're just trying to let you know that don't be distracted by the work we are doing. So your Liberian people, your focus, diaspora, yes, we are sitting in America. I'm in America speaking to you. I'm not in Liberia. We have become part of your problem. Just be mindful of us in America. We come when we leave job, we come back to the United States and we leave you sitting right in Liberia where you people struggling and doing everything. So think about that. That's what Boga was talking about. People will sensationalize everything the government is doing. The government do this, Boga is doing this. So you gotta be mindful. Our children are in the United States. We live here in peace. We enjoy ourselves. But we're comparing apple and orange. So you be mindful. That's my advice to all of you Liberian people. And those of you who on the end, who may say, oh yeah, that you're in the party. Yes, let's be true about ourselves. We are here. But let us support our nation positively. Not everything would criticizes everything. Yes, if it's wrong going on, talk about it wrong. If it's good thing, talk about a good thing. But I don't think everything that the government is doing in Liberia is wrong. And that's why many of our opposition are carrying. And let us start. Let's be positive for our country and build Liberia and think Liberia. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boda. Thank you for, again, your appearance here today. You're a familiar face with this show, so it's not need to say much. But anyways, just to just to give my closing, I've been given permission to at least provide word to on the closing. On the issue of Yeke Koluba is very frustrating, I'll say. For the lack of better terminology, I say it's mere foolishness. Yeke action does not constitute in any way treason. Yeke Koluba did not make that statement to betray his country. Yeke loved Liberia. Yeke loved the people of District Number 10. But again, that speaks to bigger issues in our country, and that would be good for another conversation. But again, in my opinion, the issue is situation going on with Yeke Koluba. I think the legislature got better work to do with the Liberian people. Spend your time doing good things for the Liberian people and leave Yeke Koluba alone. Yeke hasn't changed. He speaks on behalf of his people. He speaks on behalf of people of District 10. He speaks on the ills in society. Yeke is not unfamiliar face in Liberia body politics. To accuse Yeke or someone like Yeke of treason is disturbing. Disturbing. Bouaka is not the first president, or this is not Yeke's first time saying things right on the borderline. So again, like I said, it's just mere foolishness, and it's disheartening for us to be here talking about things like that. And again, on the issue of President Bouaka comments, I disagree with Mr. Boda, I disagree with Mr. Toto. This is not an opposition strategy to distract people. And what the narrative Mr. Boda is putting on this is, don't listen to it. This is not Bouaka telling you all Liberian people are dogs. Nobody ever said the president say that. We said the president is climbing down on people that criticize him, people that oppose him. And Mr. Boda should rather tell you that people in opposition are not people that hate you. People in opposition are people who think their policy is better. Those are not people you should hate, or people that you should spread message that people should not like. That's not a good message for the Liberian people, Mr. Boda. That's why I disagree with Mr. Boda. But to say this on what the president really means, I will remind you of his friend, he referred to as nephew Word, during a 2017 election, or Mr. Henry P. Costa, when he referred to the president as a tribalistic, sadistic, wicked old man. That's what that statement portrays President Bouaka to be. He meant every word of it. President Bouaka do not like people that oppose his ideas. We saw a typical example. He had a beef with a president he served as vice president for God knows how many years, who did not even support him. We know he holds grudges. We know what he thinks of people that oppose him. So those statements should not be taken lightly. A dog barking, that's how you refer to somebody that oppose your idea or criticize you, especially people that you came out here to beg for money. Diaspora Liberia, I'm referring to. Diaspora Liberia, people that criticize you, President Bouaka, are dogs barking. That's all I have to say. Thanks to all of you for watching the show today. Again, we will be here next week at 6 p.m. same time. This is Liberia Radio and Television Network. And until then, I wish all of you a pleasant good night.